welcome back to Shepherd's Cove. Today is Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. Today's just for today is the language of empathy. I was just trying to remember that word yesterday and I could not remember it to save my life. It just wasn't coming into my head. The addict would find from the start as much identification as each needed to convince. The addict would find from the start as much identification as each needed to convince himself that he could stay clean, by the example of others who had recovered for many years. Well, that was an interesting beginning. The example of others does help, gives us ideas and, a path to take and, steps to take in our path. Many of us attended our first meeting and, not being entirely sure that NA was for us, found much to criticize. Daggone people, a bunch of drunks and addicts. Oh, nah, I like them. Either we felt as though no one had suffered like we had, or that we hadn't suffered enough. But as we listened, we started to hear something new, a wordless language with roots in recognition, belief, and faith, the language of empathy. Desiring to belong, we kept listening. Well, good choice. And yes, I agree. Yeah, there were times, man, I've been through way more shit. These pups don't have a clue. And then other times, oh shit, that dude really went through it. But, the cool thing about the NA program is it's full of a bunch of rooms full of addicts that, don't give a shit what you did or how much you did. We're just in it to give each other strength and hope, and it works out pretty well. We find all the identification we needed to learn was to understand and speak the language of empathy. To understand this special language, we listen with our hearts. The language of empathy uses few words. It feels more than it speaks. It doesn't preach or lecture. It listens. It can reach out and touch the spirit of another addict without a single spoken word. And that's a daggone fact. There are times that, when someone claps for how many days you got, clean, that really means something. It feels good. Or just that nod, or a smile, or a hug. Daggone, no words, but those simple little things really do make a difference. Fluency in the language of empathy comes to us through practice. The more we use it with other addicts and our higher power, the more we understand this language. It keeps us coming back. It does make a difference. Knowing that they ain't judging, but they've been there, and they could look at me through eyes of understanding, not judgment. And, it's cool. Just for today, I will listen with my heart. With each passing day, I will become more fluent in the language of empathy. Right on. That's what it all boils down to. We can't be judging one another. Doesn't matter how much or what you used. What matters is that you're trying to stay clean. That's what it's all about. God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of your day.